Hey everyone, Christian Santana here, LaGuardia Base flight attendant. Earlier this week, I uploaded a YouTube video with a call to action to the flight attendants to be informed and ready as we await the company's announcement on how they're going to handle any workforce reductions or any protections for flight attendants. And I never introduced myself, and a lot of you who watched the video may be asking, who am I, why am I doing this, and what is my history with APFA? I was hired in 2001. 6 months after I was hired, the horrific attacks of 9/11 happened. I was furloughed for a short period of time, and then I was recalled back to work. I was put back out on another furlough a year and a half after I came back. And then after that furlough, I came back and they put us on another forced overage leave. So within a span of about 3 years, I went through 2 furloughs and a forced overage leave. Just like now, 9/11 was something that we had never seen before. So I did come to America at a very difficult time. I've always been based in New York with the exception of about 3 months that I transferred to Miami International and then came right back home to New York. I grew up here in New York and Brooklyn. In 2011, after having experienced something not very comfortable with the company, the union was there for me and represented me. And after that incident, I decided that I wanted to become involved and I volunteered to join the LaGuardia Base Council. I then got trained on the EAP, ADR, CERT, and basically every function that was necessary to assist the local reps at the base as a BCR. I then transferred to the JFK International Base, where I was asked by the chair at the time to come over and work with them full time and do base council work there. So I worked for about a year and a half at the JFK International Base alongside the president and the vice president at the time, chair and vice chair. And then that's where we started negotiating our contract. Under Laura Gladden's administration, I was asked to join the FACT Rep program, which was a program that allowed the reps to go out into the field and disseminate information to the flight attendants and relate to them communication from the negotiating team. And that gave me a lot of opportunities to speak to flight attendants and also to hear out their concerns and sort of bring back feedback to the APFA, which was a very instrumental thing in me deciding to continue to get involved in union work, and it really made me realize that I wanted to advocate for flight attendants. What I made a mistake in doing was in putting my trust and putting blind faith in the people with the power, which were at the time the national president, the negotiators, blah, blah, blah. And what I would do different today is that when you're out on the field and you're speaking to flight attendants as a rep, the flight attendant is speaking to another one of you, people who work with you on the airplane. And I think I lost myself in that I was so focused on the message that was being given to me to pass on that I was not really focusing and listening to the flight attendants who were telling me and sharing their discontent with so many of the things in the contract that were not signed off on with a date that when they were going to be implemented. There was a lot to be determined. So post-contract and after we voted down the contract, rightfully so, a lot of flight attendants felt as if a lot of us who were out there giving them information were in fact pushing the contract on them. And I learned a lot from that because that's something that really strikes you after the fact when you realize that you're one of them. And if they're telling you no and you're telling them, well, this is why it should be yes, it's called, they're going to see it as you pushing it. So that's a big lesson I learned from that part of my history. I've not let that stop me from continuing to want to advocate. My passion is rooted in knowing exactly what we're up against, which is the company. And unfortunately, there's always going to be issues and there are always going to be controversial topics. But this time, what we're facing in front of us is something bigger than what we've ever faced. Right now, it's very important that you as a flight attendant stay informed and be prepared because, like I said in my previous video, we may have to be the very ones who energize our union to step outside the lines. So I just wanted to introduce myself. If any of you guys have any questions or want to know anything about me, my Facebook profile is public and this YouTube video is going on my YouTube channel where I do plan on loading more short videos to bring you guys information. Stay safe and please fly safe.